In this episode of the True Believer's Handbook, we'll be talking about dollar cost averaging, or as I like to call it, tithing the church. But first, be warned, this is most certainly not investment advice, just a presentation of data in hypothetical scenarios. Dollar cost averaging is an investment technique of buying a fixed dollar amount of an investment on a regular schedule regardless of price. Today, we'll have a look at daily and weekly averaging, but we're going to really have to go overkill on this one. But first, some data and assumptions. For the purposes of this video, the market price of Bitcoin will be taken as $6,500 US. The average weekly earnings of OECD countries is $770 US per week. And we will assume that true believers invest 10% or $77 of this in Bitcoin each week, or $11 of Bitcoin every day. We'll now have a look at daily versus weekly averaging for every single day of the week. Let's have a look at some arbitrary DCA time periods. If you had been tithing $77 weekly, or $11 daily since the 1st of January 2011, when the market price was just under 30 cents, this would be your reward, about 20 million bucks. That said, barely anyone knew about Bitcoin back then, and the leap of faith required for weekly tithing would have had to be enormous. If you chose Friday as your day of the week for weekly investment, well, that sucks for you, because you could have had an extra few million if you did it any other day of the week. But in the very early days, a lot of the big daily price jumps coincidentally happened on Fridays. But the lucky and unlucky days get balanced out over time, as you'll soon see. If you'd been tithing since the start of 2012, when the market price was about $5, this would be your reward. Just over 4 million bucks. Again, barely anyone knew about Bitcoin back then, and a lot of faith was still needed. Friday was still the least lucky, but it's catching up. If you'd been tithing since the start of 2013, when the market price was $13.50, your faith will have been rewarded by 25 times at the worst. 2013 was a bubble year, and an all-time high price of over $1,000 per Bitcoin was reached. The aftermath of this bubble would prove to be not very much fun at all. It's post-bubble 2014, and the price has corrected back to around $750 for the start of the year. The sufferers are still unaware that this is about to get much worse for a long time. A lot of faith to continue to tithe would have been required here too, due to the factors contributing to the pop. I think it had something to do with a goxing or a willy. Fortunately for them, if they stuck to their faith of course, their faith has been rewarded 10 times. That said, the sufferers know that that was just the beginning of a few years of pain. 2014 was bad and spawned a lot of sufferers. Bitcoin came into 2015 at $315 a pop, and only a few weeks into January, a Bitcoin could be purchased for 200 bucks, and again a few more times later that year. If buying Bitcoin at that price isn't a leap of faith, I don't know what the hell is. In terms of reward for the faithful, it's also about 10 times. After a Christmas miracle in 2015, Bitcoin started 2016 off at $429 and has been slowly and steadily marching upwards with the exception of the latest bubble, which we'll get to in a moment. Here, the tither has returned over 4.5 times their investment. 2017 continued 2016's upward climb, starting the year at just over $950. 2017 was a bubble year, so short-term financial returns may seem measly. But the true believer is here to wait until Bitcoin is no longer denominated in fiat and is happy to keep tithing until Bitcoin is ready to take over the world. With the 2017 bubble bursting in late December, 2018 started off at around $14,100 and is now down to around $6,500, a loss of over half its value. Worse still, if you bought at the peak of the bubble in one lump sum, you'd be down almost 70% on your investment, which has created a new generation of sufferers. The faithful, prudent tither has been relatively shielded by the storm, taking only a 15% hit. So, what have we learned from all of this? Well, 1. It doesn't really matter if you buy daily or weekly, nor on any particular day of the week. 2. Consistency is key. 3. Keep your powder dry. That is, keep some cash handy for the times when there are good dips of 20% or more. And true belief is rewarded over time. Thanks for watching this episode of the True Believer's Handbook, and don't miss out on my 1 million Satoshi giveaway competition due to be drawn at the end of November. Link to the instruction video is here. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you know when I put out a new video, and follow me on social media for more. I'll see you next time.